Welcome to Frostgrave Week, folks. This is game number 3, and it is a solo game. This is one of the scenarios in Perilous Dark. In fact, it's the second scenario. I didn't have all the components to do the first scenario, so I went with the second. Borak, he's going to be my main enemy, and he is a half Minotaur, half Gnoll, so he's pretty big. And I'm using a Reaper Minis Gnoll because they are big. And the spawn points are all these little yellow poker chips. And there's 4 of them throughout the board, usually on the edges of the terrain. All right, so that's it. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Okay, so I'm just gonna read a little bit of the background here. So once the city's finest purveyor of weapons and armor, Isher's large store held racks and racks of swords, spears, bows, and armor. And skipping a little, as the warband makes its way through the broken door into the remains of the shop, right here, it is met by a heady smell, a mixture of excrement and wet dog. The once gleaming weapons now lie scattered around the floor, broken or rusting. All right. And the enchanted cabinet still stands with its locks a short distance away. And to the either side, there are magical locks. Suddenly, there is a horrendous bellow, and gnolls start pouring from every corner of... And that's where it starts. And so, there are my gnolls already placed. Right? There's 2 of them right there. And I have a gnoll and a hyena there. 2 more gnolls there. And 2 more gnoll thugs here. So, let's see how this goes. Turn 1, folks. Okay, Wizards phase. This is a tough one. There are gnolls standing right by the objective. But there is an objective right here. There's the other lock to this big cabinet there. And, so I'm going to move my wizard, first things first. He's going to do a 6-inch move and place him right here, right by that lock. Okay, and so he's standing right by that lock, adjacent to it. Okay, and he's not going to move from there. Now, let me see. There are gnolls right in front of him. You can see him there. I think I'm going to try a push spell, if I can find my card here. So I'm going to try a push spell. It is Sigillus School of Magic and 8 casting roll, but of course it is a Sigillus School, so I have to add a penalty to it. Okay, so my wizard failed his spell. It now goes to creature phase 1. And these gnolls have line of sight to my wizard, so of course they move 6 inches. That will put this gnoll right up against my wizard. And this one moves 6 inches. So he trudges through the snow here. And he will be right there. Okay, so creatures, when playing solo, they have a little bit of an AI. So they will move towards the closest figure within line of sight. Or, in this scenario, all creatures are going to move towards the middle of the table if they have no characters in line of sight. So, rather than rolling the random dice that I did yesterday. So, okay, so... Creature phase 1, one gnoll is up against base-to-base contact with me, and the other one is not. He just didn't make it. So there's a... And these are knights, so that's not good. That's not good. They have a +5 fight. And, alright, let's go to the dice rolls. Okay, gnolls are black dice, and I am the yellow dice. Oh, the gnolls have a +5 fight, so that makes that a 15. I have a 15 +2 fight, so I have a 17, so I win the fight. All right. Okay, so the gnolls take 4 points of damage when I subtract their armor 13 from my roll of 17. And however, because he's using a staff, that's -1 damage. So they only take 3 points of damage. Well, one of them does. So I'm going to put my 3 points of damage on him. And the knights have health 12. So, he's going to need some support real quick. All right, so that's it for Creature Phase 1. All the other gnolls move on Creature Phase 2. So we go to the Apprentice Phase. Yeah, the Apprentice Phase. Let's see. And I'm going to... I think I'm going to move my apprentice towards the other side of the board because, of course, I gotta be all the way on that edge to get at that lock, that magical lock that's holding the treasure in the cabinet. So he's gonna move 6 inches, but he's doing a group activation with my treasure hunter here and my war dog. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, so he's gonna bring them. So let me see, can he do any spells? Oh, nope, he's not gonna do any spells. I'm gonna move my treasure hunter now. He's gonna stay put. My treasure hunter goes there, 6 inches, and I think I'm going to try and move her another. There's difficult terrain there. I can move her another half move because I can do it. That would be like a running action. So I'll just put her right there. That's a half move. So that's her 2 actions. So 1 full move and 1 half move. And then War Doggy is going to obey the apprentice. And he's going to make a full 10-inch move, which is 6. And then roughly another 4 inches. I'll just guesstimate it. And actually, there's rough terrain here. So I'm just going to put them right here, right next to the... That'll knock out a few inches wherever he could stand best. Okay, and there is War Doggy leaping through the rubble, and my treasure hunter and my apprentice not far behind. And it's a group activation, and that's it for the apprentice Creature phase 2. All right, now here's the deal. All these gnolls are going to be moving now. And let's see. Okay, so we're going to move these farther guys first, and they're going to move towards the closest character, which is the War Dog, and that's a full 6 inches. Okay, and that puts them there, and these are Gnoll Thugs. And Hyena, which is going to move. Actually, I'm going to put them right on the box there, since that is considered a difficult terrain. So there's the Hyena moving forward. They do get 2 actions. So, okay, that would mean if he moved a half move, that would put the Gnoll Thug right in base-to-base contact with War Doggy. And this Gnoll Hyena is going to make another half move, so too bad. He looked kind of cool on those boxes, but oh well. So another half move. Okay, wherever he could stand best. And that's the situation there. Now we do have an attack, so let's actually finish that attack before I move on. So, Gnoll Thug. Okay, so the Thug is armor 10, and War Doggy rolled a 20 modified roll, and that means that the Thug takes 10 points of damage, and his health is only 10, so it's just enough to take out one of the Thugs. Yay, War Doggy. And pretty soon he's going to have to face the hyena. And Creature Phase 1 still. There's still more hyenas, so they are moving. right here, closest to, let me see, did he have line of sight? There's no distance in the line of sight when you're playing solo. And yeah, I'm gonna say he did. So he's gonna actually move on to this box collection here, wherever he could stand best. So if he can't stand there, that's all right. We'll just place him a little bit ahead. And that actually covers, if we move him a little bit forward, it'll cover his double move. So it's like one full move and then a partial second move. So, okay. All right, and then the other knoll does the same. And again, if they're not in line of sight, they'll just head towards the middle of the room. I won't be rolling any random rolls. And I'm just going to put this guy right behind Hyena. So there they go. Uh-oh. They're moving forward, pressing forward. Creature phase 1 still, and so here is my female warrior, men-at-arms, and so the gnolls gonna move towards her, and that actually puts them in base-to-base contact with the man-at-arms. That spawn point was a little close to my my own deployment point, but that's okay. All right, so she's fighting against two thugs. Right, so let's do the combat. There's no more, no other combat. Nope. So basically, they're going to fight. All right. First, I'm going to take one thug at a time. Okay, so this thug takes 7 points of damage. His armor is 10. So I'm just going to use a 10-sided die and just put the 7 points of armor there. It'll be easier so that don't get confused, right? Or I could put it on his stat card. Either way, he takes 7 points of damage. He's almost dead. Now for the second gnoll. Rolling against my man-at-arms. Let's go. And now this second gnoll rolls an 8. I, however, rolled a 13. Okay, so this second gnoll takes 6 points of damage. And there's the 10-sided dice just to indicate the damage. And of course, once 10 is reduced to 0, that's it. Actually, I'm going to make a correction here. So 6 points, he has 4 points left. Yeah, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? All right, and that's 3 points left right there. That'll make things a little easier, and I'll just reduce the value as they take
Not bad,
damage.
not bad. Here we are inside Aesir's shop, weapon shop, a whole ruined building. And so far, been doing pretty good. All right, so creature phase 2 has ended, and now we go to the soldier phase.
All right, so soldier phase, I only have one soldier left to move, and he sees the man-at-arms here in combat with two gnolls, but she seems to be handling herself quite well. And he's not going to risk firing into combat. Of course, the wizard's over here yelling for help. But he can't fire into combat. All right, he's going to do it because we can't afford to lose a wizard. So even if he has to go in hand-to-hand combat, he does have a dagger, so he can go in hand-to-hand combat, but he's going to have a penalty. All right. So he moves into hand-to-hand combat with one action. And his second action, he's going to attack that gnoll.
Okay, so my ice elf moves to support the wizard. Now, he would normally have a -1 because he's using a dagger. However, because this is a multiple figure combat, right? There's more than, there's one gnoll, but there's another friendly figure there. He gets a +2 for the friendly figure. So the +2, the -1, then that means he still gets a +1 on his roll. And that, of course, includes any fight stat.
Okay, so +2 for the supporting figure, +2 fight. My archer gets +4, and the knight the Knoll Knight gets +5 fight. So here we are. Here is the rolls. All right, 15. So that's 19 and 19 for the archer. Okay, that Knoll already had 3 points of damage. And so he now takes 10 points of damage. He is armor 12. I'm sorry, 13 minus 23 is 10. So he has 13 points of damage altogether. They are only health 12. So he is out of there. Okay, that was the end of the soldier phase. Now, one Knoll is going to pop up on one of those spawn points, those yellow spawn points. So I'm just going to roll and see where. And I got a 1. So that puts the Knoll, and the
Right
Knolls that spawn, by the way, are Knoll thugs. Just to make sure to differentiate from the other kinds of Knolls. Alright, so one more Knoll has spawned. It is the end of turn 1, going on turn 2.